Hello, live from the APR headquarters in Opelika, Alabama. We're currently in their R&D division where they do all the prototyping. This is a 3D mapper scanner for exhaust systems, etc. And I am here with the ECS Rallywagen project. Behind over there are things that I cannot show you, so I'm not going to turn the camera around. I can show you things over here, and of course the wagon there, and there's a very nice S3 behind it as well. So what some people have noticed, but not a lot, is that the Rallywagen came on two different OEM wheels. So we had the black wheels there, its name I forget, and then we had the silver 5 spokes on the other side with junk tires. APR have just released their A01, I believe, so it is, and I have to be really careful not to turn that direction. They are 19 by 8.5 ET 45 single piece wheels, and this is what we're going to be driving on to the Arctic Circle on the Dalton Highway. Currently their R&D guys are fitting a brand new 350mm brake kit. The car did have the GTI brakes, which were pretty big, and instead we are going to ridiculously big brakes. There is the original caliper, and then next to it is the new APR caliper. Are these 4-piston? 6-piston. So there's 6-piston brakes, 355mm. And what they've just discovered, so literally doing this live, this is the first time it's gone onto a Mark V platform. They were designed for the MQB, and Mark VI fitment is being tested now. It's never been done on a Mark V. And the lovely Paul over here was fitting the calipers, and they've got one of their guys trapped up there to turn the steering wheel, and it fouled very slightly, so this is literally R&D as it happens. So they're checking clearances right now, and they're literally running back to the machine shop, clearancing the caliper, making notes. They've got all the part numbers for all the parts that are on this, the control arms, everything else, so that if you have a Mark V or a Mark V wagon or a 2.5 wagon or whatever is specific to that hub size there, they now know what they need to do for the production for those to fit. It also just so happens that their guy up there turning the steering wheel to test the clearance got kind of bored, and as we found when we started driving, the factory radio really wasn't working very well, and ECS overnighted as a different radio, so when he's bored up there, they literally threw the radio up to him and said, "Here." I really have to not show you over that direction. So, take a look underneath while we're here. We've got the KWs, and we have so much weight in the back that we're actually pretty raised on that. And on the fronts, we are down practically as low as it possibly goes there. For any internet nerds, we're not reusing these, so they're trashed, so it doesn't matter that it's hanging from them. I'm really not going to show you over there. What else are we looking at? For some reason, this was a former show car, so somebody's painted the rear dust shields silver at some point. No idea why. What are we gonna hit in Alaska? Plastic fuel tank, that's kind of vulnerable. Everything else, the fuel lines, brake lines are under these plastic shields there, so they're okay. I did crack this the other day, yesterday. Oh, we've only been driving a day. And up front is the street shield, which is, sorry, that's me.
Already put it to use, I see.
Yeah, that's our whole reason for being there, and there's some pretty good gouges. That one might have been the Gnome before I got to the car that they drove over ECS. And the front lip has taken a bit of a bashing already, so that's no longer SEMA spec. Actually, maybe it is. So we can just walk around as long as we don't turn where they're. I feel like people be watching. People are ready to hit the phone out of my hand if I go wrong. So actually, there's the. Is it A01? Yes. Okay, awesome. So this is the A01 in silver, and on the black car we did like the darker look. So we're going for the gunmetal Chart gunmetal. All right, I'm getting this right. We're going for the gunmetal on the white and black car, but the silver is like a hyper silver, so it really kind of pops. And I'm not going to turn the camera the wrong way. So that's the caliper there, and this one's strung up nicely. But these guys are track testing them. Yeah, they're pretty pumped on the new brakes. All right. Okay, you can't see where we're hiding over there. One thing that is not quite public, but we are allowed to talk about a bit, is the TTRS 5-cylinder, which is just one of the best motors in the world. In fact, it's been voted best motor, I think, in the world by some magazines. They have a plethora of new stuff coming out, and it's not available yet, but I think they have leaked some photos, so I'm okay to show that a little bit. God damn, these things are so cool. So this is the R&D department or fitment department at APR LLC down in Alabama. APR, obviously a huge part of the Volkswagen Audi scene and have been for many years. Really famous for their chip tunes, exhausts, turbo parts. But yeah, now they're doing suspension, I believe is forthcoming, but maybe that's a secret. I don't know if I should say that. Big brake kits. This car was a pre-production car, and now to be putting pre-release brakes onto it. I don't want to say pre-production because they've been track testing them, they've been pushing them way harder for heat, etc. than we will, but we are still taking the very first fitment ever on one of these cars. That they are literally modifying the brackets right now, literally right now, and we put in an hour and a half ago to make this fit, and then at 6 p.m. we need to drive for 22 hours non-stop to Pikes Peak, and we're going to drive this car up Pikes Peak on Saturday morning. So we're going to drive non-stop until Friday night. On a Saturday morning we're going to test these brakes like no other brakes have probably ever been tested that have just been thrown on a car by trained professionals. But this whole thing doesn't seem sketchy, but it does seem exciting. Cool. I'm gonna go and take some photos. They also bought me a Chipotle burrito, so I will love them forever for that. Wheels. Oh, wheels, good God. So we knew we were coming here for the 19-inch wheels. We didn't know fully that these brakes were crazy, literally being made for us, whatever, on the brackets. We had called some friends at a tire manufacturer for some tires, and they didn't deliver them. So right now these guys have been calling around trying to find a 225 35 19-inch tire which will be fitted on the wheels. They normally run 235 35s on the track, but we'll be fine. So they should be delivered really soon because they have ultra high performance Michelin or BF Goodrich summer tires, and I do not want to drive to the Arctic on summer tires. So they're dealing with that as well. I'm gonna go and see if there's anything I can do, but these guys are way more pro than me. But I hope you enjoyed a very brief tour of just the R&D department. Again, this isn't for service work, this isn't for installs, this is just for R&D. Is the RS5 off limits? Alright, there's an RS5 here, and these are sweet, so I think this was then getting looked at for the exhaust. Damn. These cars are ridiculous. That's the carbon ceramic brakes. I can't turn that way, so. Cool. At that point, I am going to go and post to Instagram and hang out a little more. And thanks for watching. I'll let you know how the brakes work.